All right, thank you, Jeff. Well, if the pandemic has given you a little bit of stress or anxiety, a lot of different categories, you're not alone. Some parents are finding that their children are having those same symptoms, especially as they prepare to head back to school.
Yeah, our Kara Willis spoke with a local therapist about how kids and parents and school staff can have a very smooth transition back to school. Good morning, Kara.
Guys, the pandemic can be stressful for many reasons, and for some people it's not getting any easier, especially with students and teachers going back to school in person in a few weeks. Pearl Jesse from Pearls of Wisdom Counseling Service here in Beaumont says there are very clear signs of anxiety, but they look different for everyone. Jesse says that if children are facing stress before school, that parents should sit down and talk with their kids to let them know that it's okay to express themselves during these stressful times.
Any behavior that's other than what your child is accustomed to, you should be aware of and be knowledgeable of anyway. The signs are not the same for everyone. If you're in the classroom, ground yourself by focusing on the teacher's voice.
Jesse says that anxiety can happen whenever our bodies react to things that we can't control. In this case, challenges from the pandemic like returning back to school in person after more than a year of learning from home. And Jesse also shared these few tips that could help relieve stress before going back to school, like not tackling anxiety alone, getting professional help if needed, pay attention to the signs. So if you feel yourself getting a little stressed out, pay attention to those. They're important, and focus on where you are now. Try to get rid of all of those negative thoughts. Jesse says to keep in mind that you aren't alone if you're struggling with anxiety, and to remember that some things are out of our control. So Nick and Tracy, I don't have kids of my own, but I know you guys do. How are they feeling about going back to school?
Well, mine, I don't think they're as anxious about COVID as they are the fact that they no longer can sleep until noon.
I know. Well, they're excited. They were excited to go back to school with their friends and their teachers and their family, and then everything else. They like being in school. And I feel that they, as a parent, for me, they do a whole lot better in school, in the classroom, instead of at home, because there's too many distractions: TVs, Xbox, PS4s, computers, all that good stuff.
Hard to keep them on task.
Yeah, and Pearl and the parents that I talked to, they're saying some of the same things. That kids are they're anxious to get back to school. It's just a little out of whack for them right now. It's new, it's different, but she says to just continue to talk to your kids, let them express themselves if they're scared of anything, and just, if you as a parent, if you're calm, she says that that'll kind of translate to them and they'll kind of relax a little bit.
I totally agree. That's the main thing. If you're calm and they see you calm and relax, they'll kind of feed off your energy as well.
Keep the open communication going. Just be aware, I guess, too.
Well said.
All right. Thanks so much, Kara.